Hello. I hope we are live and you can hear me well. I am heading out to church in a bit, but I wanted to stop by and spend a few minutes hanging out with you and sharing about some of the steps that you can take to prepare for the next wave of cash. If you are new to my world, my name is Adele Morales, and I help online coaches, entrepreneurs, and business executives that are planning their next chapter in their life, that they want to develop their online presence so that they can get ready to go into something like consulting or speaking or maybe offering courses or any other similar transition. And my goal is to help make that transition smooth for you and to provide you with the tools that will enable you to collapse time, because it took me a while to learn all of this when I went through that experience, and help you collapse time on your way to success in your next endeavor. So I do always tell my clients that I am a Spanish speaker. And so sometimes my tongue gets a little twisted here speaking English, so bear with me. But I have been a consultant, coach, and mentor for the last 15 plus years in the corporate industry. And I have been helping businesses streamline and sustain their goals so that they can attain world-class status. And I am a homeschooling mom of 3 beautiful girls. I'm also a wife. I'm also a follower of Christ, and I own multiple businesses. So I do understand what it's like to have your plate full. And I want to help you, realize that there's still, if you're still feeling like there's something new that's meant for you, and there is something that's calling you, you can still do it with a full plate. There are ways. And one of those ways is to streamline, again, to find the tools and the practices and the techniques that make everything most effective and productive so that you don't have to spend a lot of time doing that. And that's one of the reasons I am here. So I want to help you find new and exciting ways to build your own online presence, because when people think about online presence, it sounds like a little boring, like, oh, just another website, or what do I do with this, or just going to hire it out and do that and XYZ. And there are fun ways to do it. And there are also great tools to build your own. And there's also a very effective way to market to your clients and to increase your sales so that you can achieve that freedom that you're looking for. Because one of the reasons that we leave, right, that most of us leave the corporate world or any kind of 540 employment or 980 employment is that we want to be free. Right? We want to be able to manage our own hours. We want to be able to have our own schedule. We want to be able to tend to the kids, the husbands, the house, everything that we manage. And that's not an easy feat, right? But when we have on our online business, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my screen here because I wanted to be able to see comments. But when we have an online business, all of a sudden we can make that a possibility. And again, there's a way to achieve that, and there is the slavery way to also do online business. So it's very important that you don't transition from a work that is consuming all your time to online, and that be the thing that consumes all your time, but that you do it smartly and wisely so that that doesn't happen and you can achieve that freedom that you so desire. So if you're hanging out here, if you're coming to see me here, feel free to say hello and say hi. I always like to see who's around and have a chat with you. And I can also personalize a chat a little better if you talk to me and share some emojis as well. There are different ways to market your products and services online. The first one I want to share with you, and there's quite a few, so today I'm only going to share 4, but the first one is to build your online website, which most people know about, right? But this is essential because your website is the center of your house, so to speak, right? When you move into a neighborhood, right? When you get married and you start having kids, you move into a neighborhood, you get a nice house. And then you start setting up your house and you make it pretty and you do the landscaping and you decorate, you paint, you make it something fit for you, something that gives you peace, that makes it feel like a cozy home. And then once you do that, you start inviting people over. If you are one of those people that likes to have a housewarming party, you do that and then have them all over, right? And then you start attracting friends, and then you start building, getting known in your community, getting to know your neighbors, and then becoming known in your community. And then eventually you start building influence from there and expanding outward, right? And the same thing happens with your website. You build your house, your online presence, your main homepage. And then from there, you can begin attracting prospects and expanding your reach. And that's why it's one of the most effective, and I believe it's an essential step in creating your online brand. Now, some people decide to do this to place their house inside of social media. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there can be things that happen. Let's just say it that way. There are things that can happen to your content online where you can lose content. Should something happen to the foundation or the corporation that owns that social media platform, and the social media platform get blocked, locked, or it's no longer existent, you lose everything you had. Actually, last week I shared a live where I explained 3 reasons why you shouldn't host all your content in social media. So if you want to hear a little bit more about that, go to that live session. That was last Friday, and you can see that in my profile. So some people decide to place their house in social media. It's a risk you run. It's not a bad thing, but it's a risk that you run. So I don't really want you to lose your content. I don't want you startled for weeks trying to find where are all of the courses you posted, where are all the groups you created, where's 1,000 fans you hosted inside a group, and so on and so forth. And so I would prefer to help you set up everything in Kajabi so that you don't have to go through that. But that's just my heart for you. The second thing that I always recommend is landing pages. So landing pages, and not many people understand the concept of landing pages, so I want to take a little bit of time here to explain that to you. A landing page can have many different shapes and forms and can be used for different purposes. I also want to clarify, you don't need to have built your online website or your homepage before you can host a landing page. You can completely start hosting and building landing pages for different purposes and different reasons before you even begin your website. So that's totally doable. You can use a landing page as a coming soon page. You can use it as a course page, as a welcome to my course. This is what it looks like, or these are the videos we're going to be sharing. You can use it as a sales page so that you can advertise your offer, and you can let them know exactly what they're getting in their offer, and you want to be very, very clear on those terms and on the benefits of looking at your offer. Actually, I love landing pages because to me, as a high-ticket client, they are a very professional way to service your clients and to serve them. It shows that you care. It also shows your brand, and depending on how that landing page looks, it can give a feel of luxury, or it can give a vibe of fun, or it can showcase your personality. And people love that. They want to go see what you're about, how, what you're doing, how are you doing it, who are you? And if you attract them with that, it's a lot better, in my opinion, than a PayPal link to buy or a Stripe link to buy, which is completely impersonal. Also, in a landing page, you can offer your terms and conditions. So you can place all your terms and conditions in landing page. You can use it for FAQs, so for frequently asked questions. The sky's the limit when it comes to landing pages. So you can pretty much build anything you want on there. I've used landing pages to build consultations. I've used them for testimonials. I've used them for, what else? Many, many, many different things. And there's different flavors, different types, and different things you can do with them. So they are as diverse as the clouds in the sky. That's all I'm gonna say. If a customer comes to your landing page, then you already know they're interested, right? Because they had to go through a link and click on that to get to your landing page. So once they're there, again, your job is to get them to purchase, depending on the purpose of your landing page. It might be to get them to click a button. It might be to get them to follow you. Whatever your purpose is, it should be very explicit and very neatly stated in your landing page. The third option that you can do for marketing is email marketing. Email marketing, most people think it's out. It's old, it's antiquated, nobody cares, but people still read email, and you'd be surprised at the amount of people that still read emails and love to read them. And they won't read them all, but they will read some. And so if you do your email marketing well and you don't spam people, that's very important nowadays. People no longer appreciate the spamming, and they'll block you in a heartbeat. But if you do it well, it can become one of the greatest assets, if not the greatest asset, in your online business. You can target specific customer segments. You can broadcast, you can make announcements, you can talk about your lifestyle, you can do email campaigns, you can do many, many, many things with your email marketing. And if it's all integrated with your lead list, and it's all integrated with your website and your landing pages and your products and your courses and your sales or your offers, it makes it very easy to navigate. And the fourth one is a blog. Now, blogging is another one of those things where people can say, hey, that's old school, but it's still very active out there. Everybody now has a blog, and it's still very active. And again, a blog is one of those things that you can also use for different purposes. Not everyone wants to make money blogging. If that is not you, and that is most certainly not me, I don't make money blogging. I use blogging as a resource to nurture my audience. I want to provide value to them so that they get to know me and they understand what they get from me and whether I'm the person that they want to work with. And through my blog, that relationship gets built. When they go in there and they get all that value and they watch my videos and they hear all the things, they start implementing, and then they start thinking, oh, if this is the free blog, then I wonder what her paid courses are like. Right? So this is exactly one of those tools that can work very well for you. And if you have followed me for some time, you may have heard me mention Kajabi, of course. And I mention it because it's the #1 online business platform that I use, and I prefer it because it saved me so many headaches when I was first starting. It took me about 1.5 years to find Kajabi. And in that year, I tried many, 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 many different platforms and different things with different integrations. And I am not a computer person. I am not a code expert. I do not have a computer engineering degree. So I wanted something that was easy, but it also I could do it in one place. I didn't want to have to figure out why I was to have something to do my lead pages, and then have something to do my email, and then have something to do my link tree, and then have something to do. No, I wanted everything in one platform, and I found it there. So this is the reason I share it. And I only share things that I am very passionate about, that have worked well for me, and that have helped streamline my business, because for me, time is essential. It's the biggest commodity, at least for me in my life. So there are plenty of videos and reels that you can watch on my profile and in my Instagram that will share the benefits of Kajabi. There are way too many for me to share here right now, but there's also a video that I shared a while ago in my profile that has all the benefits that I have found within Kajabi. It's about a 10-minute video you can watch. And the two main things I love, which I already explained, the first one, which is that everything is in one platform. The second one is that it's easy to use. And I also mentioned that. So I have tried many different options. This one is the one that I have been building in for the last 2 years, and I don't plan to get away from it anytime soon. I absolutely love it. And I encourage anybody that wants to make their life easier to use it, because again, if it works for me, it definitely will work for you. Now, the next wave of cash is entrepreneurialism. It's coaching, it's consulting, and it's speaking. And you may have noticed that there's been like a surge of online coaches all of a sudden, right? From the last year or maybe 2 years or so. All of a sudden, they're all out there. And so use caution, because not everybody is experienced and not everybody knows what they're doing, and not everybody will be an effective coach or the right coach for you. However, you may have noticed that this really isn't going away. This is going to continue to grow, this business. So if this is something that's calling you, that you really want to pursue, because either you're experienced, or that you'd be great at it, you love to help people, you love to empower others, and you want to make their lives easier, then this is here to stay. And if you're looking for somebody that can really walk you through this, somebody that understands and has gone through it themselves, I am going to be hosting a course in the I am hosting currently a course. It's called Expand Your Brand, and it's being hosted. It started last week. This week. So we've had one module, and there's 6 lessons in that course. And this course is all about email marketing and email campaigns, all your marketing suite in Kajabi. So in this course, I'm going to be walking you through all these strategies to make your marketing in a way that, or to build your marketing in a way that increases your sales. But also, I'm going to be demonstrating step by step how you do this within Kajabi. To do so, if you are not yet in Kajabi, I will give you a 14-day trial so that you can begin as you're taking the course with me. Now, if you are a beginner in Kajabi and this is your very first time, and you really want to start with learning how to build your online presence, your homepage, your back office, and maybe even your coming soon page or landing pages, there's a separate course that's available evergreen in my website. That one's called Craft Your Own Magic. So that one's also available for you. The one we're running right now is the email campaign, or the email marketing. Sorry, it's not email marketing, it's marketing. It's the full marketing course. So we're talking about funnels, which, if you don't know what funnels are, I will go through that with you in detail, because they're going to be one of the best tools in your business. Automations, forms, events, and email campaigns. We're talking about those 5 things in that Expand Your Brand course. And I will leave links below in case you want to check those courses out. But I also wanted to share with you, sometimes we start doing these things, or we are afraid to take that step because we don't know if we can do it. We know there's a course, we know it'll be step by step, but we're not sure that we're going to understand everything, or we know that we might face some things later that we can ask about, and then we don't know, like, what do we do now? And now I don't understand this piece, and so on and so forth. So I also wanted to share with you that I also offer coaching. So I do offer monthly support to you if you need it and when you're ready. And so if you're one of those online coaches and entrepreneurs who's starting and you want to build it and you're super excited, but then you're thinking, okay, well, what happens if there's something I don't understand or something if I don't get? So I offer an option that's a monthly option. That means you meet with me once a month and we answer your questions. And I walk you through whatever we have to walk through in Kajabi so that you can get unstuck and you can keep doing what you're doing. There's also an option to meet with me twice a month. And these options are both group calls. Okay. So that means that there might be other people in that group also answering the calls, but we'll have a full session and everybody will have a chance to ask their questions and to spend time with me. And then that one's is twice a month. So you can also meet with me every other week so that we can answer more questions. And if you are the person that you're really committed, you're sure you want to build all the things this year. You know, you want to build your homepage, your website, your back office, you want to do your emails, your courses, your offers, you want to do even a podcast, whatever, all of the things that you can build within Kajabi. If 2023 is the year where you're really going to make a difference and you're going to go all out to expand your brand and increase your sales, the third option might be the best for you, which is my all-inclusive package. In the all-inclusive package, you get 3 meetings in a month with me. So we meet for 3 weeks during the month. Those are private calls, so it's a one-on-one situation. So nobody else gets to listen into your questions. If you're kind of a private person and you prefer to ask your very specific questions privately, this is for you. But it also includes all the courses that I have taught and will be teaching during 2023, or as long as your membership lasts, because this is a 6-month program or a 12-month program. And it includes every course that I will teach in Kajabi during that time. It includes the private coaching, and you get the best of me and as frequent as you might need it. So that's another option that's available for you. Again, I will leave links below, or if you don't see the link, then you can always come talk to me. There's so many of you approaching me with some questions about Kajabi and about other things that I decided to open up consultations this week. So for next week, if you want to have a period of time with me just to ask me, hey, Adele, I have some of the questions. This is kind of what I'm trying to do. Do you think this would work for me? Do you think Kajabi is the right platform? Do you think which course should I take? I'm not really sure which course is the best for me at this point. Or, I'm in this place in my business. I've built with somebody else. I've done all the things. Can we integrate with Kajabi? Can we do certain things? Those are the questions that you can ask me in this consultation. This is not a sales call, unless you really want to know about all my programs, and then you ask and I'll tell you about them. But the purpose is not for a sales call. It's for you to ask me the questions that will help you clarify what it is that I need and how do I want to do it and when, so that when you're ready, you can join any other courses or programs that we offer. I hope this has been helpful to you. I know that you have options. I offer you value. I'm trying to get you to learn a little bit more about this online coaching business, because I know it's not easy when you begin, but I know you can do it. I know that if God put this in your heart, then you have what it takes. And the skills you can acquire and the learning you can acquire, the tools you can acquire. The heart is really what matters. So if it's in your heart and you really want to serve others and this is what you like to do, then don't let tech stop you. You can do this. So with that said, I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will talk to you next week. Ciao.